Ed, one of my favorite things that you cover is the wonderful life and career of tech god emperor Elon Musk. And I guess I
Oh
just want to
boy.
check in with like Ed. How would you summarize Elon Musk's tenure as owner and CEO of Twitter over the last year or so?
So, something I've really enjoyed about watching him run Twitter is I've always wanted to see one of these big brain genius guys truly actually do some work and truly run a company without any guardrails. And this is what happens. He tried to kill the sale due to the bot problem. He was like, yeah, there's too many bots. They're all woke as well. And he then proceeded to create arguably the worst bot problem I've seen on a website. I've never seen worse than this. Every two
Yeah.
posts, it says ass in bio.
The pussy in bio, ass in bio. How did this happen? Because I remember when he was buying the website. I mean, look, obviously, like we've talked about this multiple times before. He never did. He tried to get out of buying this website, and one of the ways he tried to get out of it was by ginning up issues about like it's the supposed bot problem. Then he was forced
Yes.
to buy it by the Delaware Court of Chancellery or whatever, and now there are like there is more bots than I've ever seen. It's like it is. I know there were bots on Twitter before, but now it's like every single thing you see, I feel like, is pussy in bio. How did this happen?
So what happened was he fired all of the trust and safety people. That was a big thing he did. He put so much money, he saved so much money to get rid of them, though it's not clear how much money he saved, and also just stopped paying some of the server bills to Google that would have also helped, and just thought, you know what? I don't need trust and safety, and I don't need these people. We've fired thousands of people. It will be fine. It won't be fine. These people did. I'm sure there was someone who got let go from Twitter who wasn't doing anything. Sure, whatever. I think every company over a certain size has one person, and God bless them. Who gives a shit? You're stealing from Elon Musk. Fuck him. But he fired all the people that would have stopped this, and in turn hired some of the dumbest people to ever walk the earth to run it with him. Linda Yaccarino. She's fantastic. I love her. I think she's incredible.
We're huge fans over here.
She's the best.
Is she one of the Animaniacs, Yakko?
Good night, everybody.
Yep.
She came in and she just every 2 days posts like hamburgers are up on hashtag hamburger.com, x.com. It's the future of the limit, and does nothing. The company is in disarray. There's not enough people there to run it because running a giant social network is difficult. But also, he just fired all the people that would deal with this problem, and also fired all the people who know how to build a system that would stop this. Because it may seem easy to stop every third post having pussy in bio or arse in bio. It may seem like an easy thing to do, but it's actually quite difficult. But it is almost every single post now. And they get banned fairly quickly. If you quote tweet one, they'll usually be banned by the end of the day. But that's the thing. He's banned the automated, it killed the automated systems even. And there's no fixing this. Twitter will only get better when he is either forced to sell it or he just, I don't know, leaves one day and goes out for a pack of smokes. I don't know. But money will need to be spent. If he ever sells this will probably cost someone hundreds of millions of dollars to fix. And even then, it probably won't make money. Like, he's just not a good businessman. I think we're finally seeing it. It rocks. And now there's this. Have you heard about his compensation package?
Yeah.
Oh, is this another Delaware court X'd out? Like, what is it? $53 billion in Tesla compensation for him?
Can I just say, you have to fuck up so bad for the courts in Delaware to be like that you're too greedy. That's too much money.
You're right, and you also have to fuck up really badly to lose a class action suit.
Yeah.
It's so hard to do that. You have to prove so much, and they did. And now the $56 billion in pay, I believe a lot of it was options, so he wouldn't have to give back anything so much as he just would not be able to exercise those options. What's genuinely scary, and scarier than the money, which is, by the way, very scary for him because guess what? Most of his money is tied up in Tesla stock, loans on Tesla stock, and Tesla options. I think he also has loans on. No, the biggest problem is the Chancery Court, and it doesn't matter if he moves it, doesn't matter if he appeals, he's not going to win. They're going to make him reorganize the board. His board right now is run by a series of cronies. Like you got you got like Rocksteady from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you got Steve Jurvetson, you got all these freaks who are like, yes, master, I'll get this for you. Three of them have to go. And now three independent people have to come in who are probably going to say stuff like, hey, is it a problem that our Techno King, which by the way is his legal company name at Tesla, Techno King, fucking, he's so annoying. They're probably going to say, is this guy who every so often posts anti-Semitic stuff or other racist stuff, or if that is insane sexist stuff, or is just very unfunny and annoying, but online 24/7. Is that bad? Is it bad if he takes ketamine? Is it bad if there are Wall Street Journal stories about how much he loves drugs and how he bullies members of his board into taking drugs? Yeah, they're probably going to go, this is not good. And also, all of this is happening while the EV market has started to cool, and frankly, Tesla is running out of ideas. They've made one new car in last 5 years, 10 years. It was the Cybertruck, which looks like from Another World, that old PC game. And also that thing is now getting giant rust spots on it due to the fact that Elon Musk forced the design through. His designers came to him with another Cybertruck design, and he was like, no, I need a very small, very horrible metal truck, please.
That's the thing you want with
good.
trucks, is for them to immediately fall apart when exposed to the elements.
Oh, there was a drag race as well where one was doing donuts and one of the wheels fell off.
That's great.
That's so good.
I mean, it's like a Saturn rocket. It reduces its weight so it can go faster. It's ejecting parts.
But also at some point, this new board is just going to be like, yeah, this guy is not worth having around. He's not contributing anything other than being insane and causing headlines that we don't really want to be associated with. And it's funny because this is the actual scariest thing. That board change is so big because most of his wealth is leveraged on his actual Tesla stock. He needs Tesla, and he needs Tesla to keep being worth an insane amount of money. Their market cap is like larger than several car companies combined for no reason.
Going back a little bit to like how he's running Twitter, there are like ancillary things like, the whole X branding, which I've thought is the most insane thing, because I hate to earnestly use the word branding, but like the branding of Twitter that's the best something like that can possibly go. Everyone used their terminology. Everyone called them tweets. Everyone used every word that Twitter used to describe itself. And he just completely just flushed that down the toilet, the equivalent of burning hundreds of billions of dollars for no reason. And the bot thing that is most incriminating to me, it isn't the pussy and bio bots, even though those are hilarious. It's things like, the most popular type of account now, like historic videos or badass science. It's when an account like that will post a video where it doesn't have sound or something, or just a blank screen, and it will get 20,000 retweets, thus exposing that all the biggest accounts, their popularity is completely automated. There's just a system of bots that are just mindlessly retweeting these accounts. And you go to the replies of any like large account, it doesn't matter what it's a video of, what it's a picture of, it'll just be like a blue check account that's just giving like generic NPC commentary. Great video, awesome picture. It'll be a picture of like those orphans running from napalm in Vietnam. Inspiring image.
Well, and what's even funnier about that is, so a report came out a few days ago from a company called Check, which is a cybersecurity firm that literally tracks bots and fake users. Matt Binder over at Mashable published this. So apparently, according to Check, 75.85% of traffic from X to its advertising clients' websites during the weekend of the Super Bowl was fake. Like that,
Jesus.
X, it's where it happens.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And it means ad fraud.
Yeah.
But it's insane. And also the other funny thing that This is something I laugh about a lot, is the fact that he's giving money away. He gives money to people who have Twitter Blue.
Oh, like
And
the
he gives-
Mr. Beast thing.
Yeah, that was so good. Where he was using advertisements, like ad revenue. He was using ad spots on Twitter, not calling it X, to put Mr. Beast's video in front of, so Mr. Beast could make money. But then Mr. Beast posted, yeah, I made like 250 grand. However, I think it was messed with somehow. So he spent $250,000 to get Mr. Beast to suggest that he's doing ad fraud. It's so good. It's so funny. This is it's definitely, it feels like the kind of idea like a 13-year-old would have about business. Like, yeah, the way to get people through the door is to give them a little money so they feel like they'll post there, which will create value. And then you're like, how will that create value? And they'll go, well, scale.
So why don't we take these Patty's dollars and just distribute them amongst the shanties? That way, they buy the booze from us with the dollars. Right, and then they run out of booze, then they gotta buy more Patty's dollars thus creating the self-sustaining economy we've been looking for. It stimulates our economy. That's what Dave & Buster's does. Give me one up here. Boom. Boom!
The payola thing he does with ad revenue is so funny because when he first rolled out monetization, do you remember how all those accounts that were like, end wokeness, the anti-woke taxidermist, the woke killing hunter, all those guys were like, oh my god, I made $27,000.
Yeah, he gave tens of thousands of dollars to Andrew Tate.
Yeah, he wanted to make it seem like that was an attainable thing for the average like Twitter Blue user, and it turns out like I follow Andrew Yang. I don't know why. I think just to harm myself. But Andrew Yang is a pretty big account. There are like enough stupid people out there where they still want to listen to what Andrew Yang has to say about whatever. If there's a mass shooting, they want to see Andrew Yang go, we could solve this if we had handshake parties.
Yeah, there's a way that the gun industry could work with schools to educate more on guns.
yeah. And he's a huge account saying that type of shit. And he does this harebrained thing where he's like, I'm randomly giving away my ad revenue every month to one Andrew Yang fan. And
Bill Pult.
Yeah, but like the amount he's giving away every month is like $121. How is this worth it for anyone?
But what's funnier about that is, so my way of hurting my brain is I go and look up Twitter or X payouts. And I go and look. And what's great is he regularly gives away like $8 to $25 to $35 to just about any user. Now, this is not a lot of money objectively, but you know what it is more than? The amount they are paying for Twitter Blue. So he is just basically giving the money. He is giving the money back. You will find some 1,000 following account that will post, I got $35 from X. And it's like, you just absorbed multiple people's Twitter Blue subscriptions. And no one is reading their shit, by the way. It's like other people that are just scamming Twitter Blue. It's so cool. I've never seen a company just create a degenerative revenue policy, like one where we will make money but deliberately give it away in such a way that there's no value to this. It's not like it's a public company, so they can say, well, we're growing at this rate, because he never wants to be a public company, because I think the public markets might say, hi, you can't just post a graph every 3 months that says Twitter is bigger with a line going up and then users and then 500 at the top. We need a little more fundamentals than that. But I think that this is just, it's horrifying. He is destroying this platform. He's destroying a platform that I made my career on. Frankly, let's be honest, I think we all kind of did in some level. And it's annoying to admit that. It feels bad. But at the same time, he's destroying this for no appreciable reason. He is not making more money. He didn't turn this into something where he's making a ton of money just for himself or really helping himself in any way. I'd argue this site has only been bad for him.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about it, is like we've seen a lot of things like this where someone takes a public company and through like debt financing and, borrowing against their own wealth, they take a giant public company private, and they either just completely loot the company for all its assets, or they strip down costs so much and make it run on a threadbare operation, making one person do the job of 8 people so they can sell it for a massive profit like 5 years later. That's, bad enough. That's already pretty big sector of our economy, especially in tech. But he's not even doing that. It's like he's doing the private equity thing of breaking the company down, but for no conceivable purpose. Like, he's made a big deal about like ads. Ads are coming back. Every ad I see there is like a 6-year-old. It's like a 6-year-old saying, I think Mercedes is the best car.
I think what's important. So actually, any listeners who've played Madden or MLB The Show, this is what would happen if someone who ran a Madden franchise actually ran a football team. This is the tech equivalent of that. This is a guy who is like, I know what I'm doing. Watch this. He has absolute power. There is no more board. There is just Elon. This company has the same corporate structure as mine, which has one person. Like, that's it. And he's running it as he wants to, which is to say, not well at all. And from every report I've read, what actually happens is at like 3 a.m, an engineer will get a text from Elon Musk being like, we need to move the retweet button and the like button. We need to put them at opposite ends of the page so that we have more clicks. And the engineer will be like, Elon, that doesn't make any sense. I will fire you. Now, I will fire you from the company. You will not be paid. And so and then he'll wake up the next day and he'll be like, oh, I moved the likes. He'll be like, I never said that. He's just, I will not speak to, I've never taken ketamine, never taken any actually illegal drugs somehow. Weird enough already. But from what I have heard from people that have, this man is on something all the time. And based on there's multiple Wall Street Journal reports about drugs, this man may just be on ketamine. And just abusing it in a way that only an insanely rich guy can, so it doesn't just destroy him all the time. But I think at some point, I think we are watching a man just constantly over leverage himself physically and financially in real time. At some point, something has to crack. And you may think, well, things have gone badly so far. Absolutely not. Like right now, he's also quite old for a guy who might be abusing drugs. Like his body may just give up on him. Like these are the things that I don't think the tech industry realizes. And also, it's a disgusting point in the tech industry that not one of these shit fucks, not Mark Zuckerberg, not Jeff Bezos, not Tim Cook, none of these people have just said, hey, maybe don't be like this, Elon Musk. Like, fuck Elon Musk. Like something, a miniature piece of a soul that exists within them. But they don't want to call out another billionaire because they know they'll get in trouble for it. They know they will get more scrutiny, even though like Elon Musk can take up most of the news. But what's more insane, this is the stuff that drives me truly mad, is all of this crazy stuff we said that should be immediately disqualifying. Almost everything that we've said just on its own could be. And yet, when Elon Musk tweeted, yes, we put the first Neuralink inside a man's brain, everyone's like, yep, absolutely. Let me just type that one out. Neuralink, Elon Musk. It's just, they just reported it because he tweeted it. And it's, this man has killed multiple monkeys with this chip already. You think he's just put this shit in a guy's head and first of all, he has not done it. But second of all, had he, you think this man is alive anymore? You think he didn't die during the operation?
That's such an ignominious way to die.
They put in a human's brain, but like, are they alive after? Like that's a question that
was the human being alive when they put it in?
Yeah, it could be a cadaver.
Put it in a corpse. They shove it up his ass. We didn't say it was in his brain. Like,
well, Ed, you talk about his reported drug use, and like, when the Wall Street Journal has a giant article outlining your use of LSD, cocaine, ecstasy, mushrooms, and ketamine. Suffice to say, you may have a drug problem. But yes. I mean, like, I guess I'm wondering, is his like every time he replies to like a white supremacist account, like talking about the Great Replacement theory, and says, "Wow, concerning, interesting." Could this just be a side effect of him being like in a K-hole and not actually believing in white supremacist ideology? Is he just so high that he's blown away by anything he reads on the internet?
So I think it actually could be that. I think that's true. I think it also could be something even more depressing, which is he just doesn't care. I think he's just like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like whoever is mad for me is my friend, even if that's an incoherent ideology. And I think, I'm sorry, you can't do this as many times as he has and not hold these views. I think he is a racist. I think he may be anti-Semitic, or he has a very confused version of what anti-Semitism is that perhaps aligns with Zionism, just a guess. And he definitely, well, Tesla has had terrible problems with racism. And he's definitely a sexist based on a lot of the things he's said and done. He's a peculiar creep. Like, he's a nasty fucking creep. He's also gelatinous. He's horrible to look at.
Oh,
He's a really,
awful.
that picture of him and Rahm Emanuel, I think it was.
That was Ari Emanuel.
It was Ari Emanuel.
Ari Emanuel is Rahm Emanuel's brother, and they based Ari Gold from Entourage off of him.
Fuck you, you fucking stupid fucking balcony. Fuck you the most!
So, but just, that's the thing. I think he's just a boring old piece of shit. Just a really, based on his humor alone, he's not like a particularly sophisticated bigot. He's just a fucking asshole who gets like, he posted the other day like a picture of dogs and the outline of the dog's fur said send nudes or I like MILFs. This is shit that wouldn't have been funny back on eBaum's world. This is things that Something Awful members were making fun of, 10, 15 years ago or more. These are not funny or new things. These suggest that his cultural appreciation or consumption is just paper thin. This man has more money than anyone else in the world. He could do anything at all times, wherever he wants. And he chooses not just to post, but to post in this vacuous, empty, very sad way. Even Bill Ackman, who is a fucking loser, at least he's dropping 10,000 word tweets that no one will read. But at least he seems to believe in something. To be clear, he's also culturally hollow, just like Elon. But Musk is just so deeply sad, very, very sad. And his humor is so boring. It's not even Rick and Morty level. It's just like old school. But that movie, it's still kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
The most illustrative thing for his sensibility and his cultural touchstones was when he posted some reposted someone's meme about Evangelion, and someone in the replies asked him, "Oh, do you like Neon Genesis Evangelion?" And he just replied, "Nerve." He's just like he's just reading
Wait, what?
Yeah,
sorry, it took me a second to understand. What?
They ask him straight up, do you watch Neon Genesis Evangelion? And he replies, "Nerve."
That's like if someone says, "Do you watch Star Wars?" You respond with Death Star.
Yeah, Jedi. it's like he got that question and panicked and was like, "Oh my god, fuck," and just started reading the Wikipedia article for it. Everything, like he's into the things that he thinks he's supposed to be into them, but on the most basic surface level. Like, not even reading the Wikipedia plot summary. That's too much depth and past surface knowledge for him. That his racism's kind of the same way. Like, I don't believe he's like a true racism head. He's just copying. I do think it's funny how he does get on there and he's like, Jews are importing non-whites to destroy America, and the ADL is like, well, he likes Israel. Like, what? It's fine. No,
and then they started advertising again. And he was like, "Great, I won't sue you anymore."
Yeah,
that's so, and it's so strange as well because I just don't know what he does all day, because he has posted himself playing Diablo 4 to like very high levels. And I should say, as someone who's put a good amount of time into it, that game is boring as fuck. I played a lot. I played hundreds of hours of Diablo 3. Diablo 4 is such a grind, and it's a really boring one as well. Less satisfying. Everything takes too long. And he's at like Torment 125 on some. This man has probably put thousands of, probably hundreds, maybe over 1,000 hours into arguably the most boring of the Diablos, including the first two. And also does not appear to do anything else other than yell at his engineers in the dead of night. It's just, this man is definitely some level of horrifyingly depressed. He's certainly acting like he is very depressed. Like, he's acting like I would have when I was 13, and I don't run Twitter. Well, X, or whatever you call this fucking site. Like, the X thing is even weirder, because to your point earlier, Felix, everyone was posting that fucking bird. People talked about tweets. They did free branding everywhere. everywhere across the internet. Now it's like X, formerly known as Twitter. That's what everyone's writing. It's very sad.
You have to say X, formerly known as Twitter. But like the other thing that's baffling about the decision to rebrand into X is that like it doesn't work when you type, like you can't type it into a browser like a scroll bar and like x.com, or like it still says twitter.com on like a web browser.
But it doesn't say that in Spotlight in your iPhone anymore, which is just annoying.
Well, and then X, it's like if you had a website like x.com, like people would think it's pornographic or something. It's baffling.
And what's crazy is the last time he had a company called x.com, it was actually before Peter Thiel stole it from him while he was on honeymoon. Elon Musk went on honeymoon and Peter Thiel just, while he was away, just like had a board coup and changed its name to PayPal. What was crazier though was the original x.com. This is why everyone should not be excited about Elon Musk having their banking on there, not that they are. X.com had an original problem going back to the 2000s, I think it was, where you could just enter a bank account into there and just send people's money from the account with no other checks of any kind. So, like, several people lost thousands of dollars. Like, this man has been fucking this up forever.
Were they competing with, like, dark web drug markets?
No, this is just one of the first banking platforms. This was one of the very first, back in the 2000s. There was one of the first banking platforms, and there was one article in like CNAP, I don't have it in front of me, where it was like, yeah, multiple people they left their username and password behind, and someone just logged on and sent money to their bank, and there wasn't anything that checked that or had someone call you. So people just lost thousands of dollars out of nowhere. This is the last time he tried to do banking. This is what he will do with your money. On some level, I don't believe he will ever add banking or anything money related to this platform. But on some level, I kind of do, because someone like, I don't know, one of those lower tier conservative guys is going to lose a bunch of money. It's just very weird because like Dom Lucre is going to end up losing $15,000 after sending it to a fucking OnlyFans model.
Yeah.
That guy... if you don't remember, by the way, that was the one that got banned from Twitter for posting something with child pornography in it, and then came back, and now all he does is complain about the fact that X's creator program does not pay him what it used to. That's all he posts now. He's just like, yeah, I don't understand. I post here all day. I'm not getting anything. This is ridiculous. And this is a guy who mostly just posts like trans panic shit and just weird conservative stuff that doesn't really make any sense.
That was one of the craziest fucking things I've ever seen. That guy, he posted CP like straight on the timeline, and it was I guess he was trying to say like, look how bad this is. Like, I don't think anyone was on the fence.
I think we all agree that it's bad. You don't need to see it.
Well, I used to approve of it, but I realized I never actually sat down with it.
Oh my!
Wow, this is pretty bad. And they like he should like be in jail. Like, why do you have that on your fucking computer?
Yeah, he had to open his computer to put that on there.
Yeah, that was insane.
And he gives that guy thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Like he unbanned him.
I like the idea, though, of a company where that's allowed and them taking on banking. I mean, I think like financial regulation in America really isn't where it should be, but even the lax standards of where it's at now, it would be like the most surefire way for him to go to prison, probably. For all the problems with banking in America, you can't have your banking platform allow child porn on it. Like, I'm pretty sure if you went to JP Morgan online banking and there was a guy, like a chat bot sending you CP, regulators would probably step in.
That would probably be bad for them, yes.
Yeah.
But what's great about this as well is another great Dom Lucre moment is when he was complaining back in August of last year about the amount of, he got 472 million impressions and he was the number one trending topic on Twitter the month previous. And then he only got $2,400 as a payout. But also what's great is Elon's response was, if you can find advertisers that want to advertise alongside your content, then you get revenue share. We cannot make them do this. Elon Musk just complaining that he can't get advertisers, but also somewhat suggesting, yeah, your shit's gross. But that's not what he thinks. He's just like, well, it's not my fault the advertisers left, even though he is probably the only person really at fault here. He is the one person who could change things to make advertisers come back. And the thing he would have to do would have to be kind of violent, but how bad do you want your company to be good?
His thing with advertisers was so insane to me because he was sort of taking a stance like, almost as if the advertisers need him more than he needs them. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't Twitter represent an incredibly minuscule part of most large companies' advertising budgets?
Used to be 2%, and now it's less of all online advertising spending.
Yeah, so it's insane to just create this problem where there was none, and it's a very easy thing for these companies to just not advertise there. It probably doesn't affect them at all. It's one of those things where, no, people should not be noticing this.
And despite what Dom Luker is posting on Twitter, for X, formerly known as Twitter, another weird thing I've noticed about Elon is that, he conceptualizes his mission in buying Twitter as saving the human race, which is kind of translated now into this kind of natalist ideology of encouraging people to have more children. And Elon already always has one kid of his on his shoulders at big press events. He took one of his kids to Auschwitz. You remember when he met with Erdogan and Erdogan said, "Where's your wife?"
Erdogan owned him.
Yeah. I mean that the whole have more children thing is really weird because he does. That's one thing where he actually backs up what he's saying with a Nick Cannon dedication to the cause. And that whole thing is very weird because he had 2 kids. He's had multiple kids with women he wasn't even in relationships with. And do whatever with your life. But it's also just very bizarre because it's almost the kind of thing you would think if you hadn't had human experiences. If you're just looking at humanity in a very distant way of what if we had more people? What could that have? What if we had more people? Even more companies, right? I don't fucking know. All I do all day is play Diablo 4 and respond exactly to racist guys. And so I think he's just so otherworldly rich that he has completely removed himself from actual things. Not just bills, obviously, and struggles, but also from relationships to other people who might have children in a normal sense. And I don't even mean ultra rich parents who have nannies. I mean, to the point that he just no one around him has children. I don't know. He probably doesn't. I don't know. How many kids he has now? 6? 12? I don't fucking know.
I think it's actually something 10 or 11. And it is,
which is insane.
It's crazy.
How do you spend time with them?
Yeah. How do you spend time with them? And how do you he had 3 of those kids by, as you pointed out, just going to an executive at SpaceX and being can you accept my cum for $200,000? And she said yes.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah,
Fuck it.
yeah.
I don't got anything on for the next 9 months. It's the kind of thing that doesn't make sense because none of us have no bills. None of us have no struggles. We must pay the power company, or the power company will turn off our power. We must buy more food and then put it in our mouths, chew it, and consume it. Otherwise, we will die. He just has people bring him things and bring him to places.
Yeah.
And I think he might just have reached a point where he's I don't what, maybe more. He may just be completely disconnected from humanity in this truly insane way. He is, there's whatever is going on up there is very dark and weird in a way that I don't think any of us can truly conceptualize, because this isn't just, I don't have to worry about it. A bloke pays all my bills, or I have a nanny and they deal with one of my 10 children. It's, there are no predators. There are no challenges. My businesses cannot fail. Everything I do is news. Everyone I speak to is more important by virtue of speaking to me. There was a tweet a while ago about billionaires where it's saying it must be like being kicked in the head by a horse every day when you wake up. And I kind of think that might be what's happening. To be clear, this guy's a fucking asshole, a piece of shit. I wish him nothing but ruin. But there's something very strange happening, something very horrifying almost. And I think however it ends with Elon in 5, 10, 15 years, it could be very dark.
Yeah.
He's not just surrounded by yes men. The media were his yes men too. And now it's kind of crumbling before his eyes. And I think he's realizing, well, I don't think he realizes what's happening, but I think he's realizing something is different and he has no control over it.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't like his current stance against the media is so insane because no one got as much uncritical free exposure and positive press as he did
Never.
from like 2012 to like 2018. But I think if any current, top 50 richest person in the world is a candidate to do the Aubrey McClendon and like kill themselves in an insane way, it kind of is like he's the best candidate for that, I feel like.
Or he'll just die of a heart attack.
Yeah.
That is, I don't know really much about the drugs he takes, but I'll tell you, taking all of those things while also definitely being really unhealthy, that's a recipe for disaster. And I will say he also deprived me of the thing I would have really loved to see, which is Mark Zuckerberg beating him up. Remember that?
I was so excited for that.
I would have paid any amount of money to see that fight. It would have been Low Tax versus Uwe Boll round 2.
I don't know. I mean, I guess with like Elon and the have more kids thing, or like paying SpaceX executives to like have more of bring more of his seed into the world. I think it comes back to like what we were talking about at the beginning with the AI generated art. I think he's fundamentally disconnected from human beings in the sense that like I don't think he views like having kids as like, oh, you have a kid and then you're like a presence in the kid's life, you raise them, you put in work. I think he just views like human beings as just like a series of inputs and outputs, and if you put the right sperm in the right woman, then you have like more Elons, like you said, Ed, more companies, more innovation. But like we're actually raising the kid or being a father to them, as long as you have money, it's just like it's immaterial to him.
And I think that a good way to look at it as well is everything has just kind of worked out for him. And there's a combination of luck and opportunism here. I think everything is technically luck. And especially in his case, he was born at the right time. He was able to move to America and just go to, Princeton or Stanford. He went, but then he dropped out and he happened to meet the right people. And he was there at the right time and had good enough ideas. And I think he is a good operator, or at least was. He was capable of signing the right deals with the right people and kissing the right ass, and also being able to invest millions of dollars at the right time. Being in those deals because people knew you had the money and knew you knew the right people helped him. And I think right now what he's realizing is he is taking on, well, to be clear, I actually don't think he's realizing this. What's happening is he has managed to find the only problems that don't get solved by knowing everyone. You cannot fix Twitter by bringing more attention to it. In fact, bringing more attention to Twitter right now is killing it, because the more people that see this sorry sack of crap, who see arse in bio, who see all of these fucking weird things, they're not going to go, this is the place, this is where it happens. I want to get my news here. They're like, this is fucking strange. What is going on? Why is this like this? And he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know why the Cybertruck isn't doing well. And the answer is because he designed it. He doesn't want to credit the people who did the things first. It does tie back to what you said, because it's the same thing of these generative AI freaks who say, okay, yeah, I'll just generate more art based on looking at a lot of other art. Great. No, it's not based on just having more of something. It's actually understanding the problem you are solving it. Elon Musk has never really been the problem solver other than finding more money. And now also we haven't heard a lot about Grok recently, which is the generative AI he made.
That thing.
Wait, by the way, Grok still refers to Twitter as Twitter. So did you see that?
Yeah, that's so good. He built, and also what's great about that
Ed,
is
did you see the Grok roasting Stephen King? And Elon just 10 crying laughing emojis. Did you see that bullshit?
I did, because it begins the same way every Grok roast begins with, oh boy, I don't know where to start with. Every single one that you see says that. It's this fucking corny Applebee's dad fucking look, where he's just like, don't know, Stephen King, he's more like Stephen Queen. It's just very limp, empty, echoing hollowness, more from Elon. But also what's great about Grok and what's great about X.AI, the AI company that makes Grok, is generative AI does not make anyone any money. It burns, as we've mentioned, it burns. You throw like 18 cats per query in it. But in all seriousness, he built this thing. He spent millions of dollars on it, and it's probably losing him money with each message. He found he is so good at coming up with ways to make himself less money. He's actually genuinely really good at destroying companies. If he was doing a producer style thing here, I would be like, cool, that's very funny, but he's not. He actually thinks these are all great ideas. But where was actually his last good idea? Has he had one? Tesla, designed by someone else. All the Teslas other than the Cybertruck. Twitter, designed by someone else. Every new feature on Twitter he's done, designed by someone else. Community notes. He tried to claim that was his. Someone else did it. It existed as Birdwatch beforehand. All of these features that he's done, view counts on Twitter, not useful. Actually, a really good way of showing people that you're doing ad fraud. Every idea he has is bad, and the media is still they're not showing up and saying this. Everyone should roll their eyes at him, but they're not, just because there's money. It's the same thing with generative AI. There is an obvious problem with these things, but there's a fear, I think, of just folding one's arms and saying, I actually don't fucking believe you.
What is the actual point of Grok existing? Is it just because like Chat GPT is too woke? Is that really it?
Yes, that's actually the whole thing. The whole thing was that he wanted it partly because I think he wanted in on the AI boom.
Yeah.
He wanted to say he had his own AI, but also Elon Musk actually founded OpenAI. And so he feels like he didn't get enough from that. He didn't get enough credit for it because he's a fucking twat. He's a fucking nincompoop. He doesn't care that he has all this money. He has to have more and more credit, but it needs to be credit in the way that makes him happy. It's so weird. It isn't obvious what he even wants. I don't think he even knows.
Yeah, it like from what I can tell with Grok, everything I've ever seen from it, it is like those the sort of like Dutch and German guys that love Elon Musk.
It actually really is.
It's just the same thing every time where, they'll be like, I asked Grok what it thinks of Brittany Griner. And like you said, it always starts out the same way. Oh boy, where do I start? And it like sometimes Chat GPT can imitate someone's prose or style in a way that I think is like kind of interesting or funny. But with Grok, it's just like, okay, am I making fun of an athlete? They should spend more time thinking about basketballs and less time thinking about tweets. Am I talking about an author? They should spend more time on chapters and less time in chat rooms. And it's like,
that's actually funnier than it would be, though.
It would be clunkier. Yeah. Genetically, the only people that can actually laugh at that are Dutch people and Germans.
or guys who don't experience comedy.
Yeah. The crying, laughing reactions from Elon to Grok is just, that is him like talking the shotgun out of his mouth.
Yeah.
I will never feel sorry for him.
I think we should leave it.
I think that's a good spot.